Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and I've got something kind of fun today. A video that kind of came around, just perfect timing. It was kismet. Everything kind of came together all at once, and so I thought it'd be kind of fun thing to do today. So for those of you that aren't aware, I spent the weekend this past weekend at a sewing conference in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I used to be a member of the Association of Sewing and Design Professionals and used to attend their annual conference every year. And then when I closed my alterations business, I was no longer technically a sewing professional. I was no longer making money sewing, so I dropped my membership, but I was asked to come and speak about YouTube this year. And so now that I am again making money in a sewing capacity, I'll probably be rejoining back up here next year. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys. So that's what I was doing this weekend, and I attended a glove, Glove, making class by John Koch, who is a Chicago designer, and I'm going to show you guys my glove I made. So this is a sloper. This is just a sloper. It's made in a doe suede, I think he said. So it's not leather, it's a fabric. But look, it's all hand done. And it was so like zen. Now I need to lower my, oh gosh, what are these called? These are fourchettes in the middle. I learned all sorts of new terminology, but I need to lower the intersection here by 1/4 of an inch on these two fingers. This one is fine. My thumb is great. My fingers fit great in there. I just need to lower this by 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to have a glove sloper where I can make all sorts of gloves. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys. That was the only class I took while I was there. Again, I was on a panel about different avenues of business, different ways that you can make money in sewing that don't involve necessarily alterations or custom sewing for others. So that was very fun, and I got to attend the fashion show, and which there was a couple of challenges. I wasn't entered, I just attended. But it was really cool. There's a lot of talent, really talented people there, so it was really fun just to see everyone that I hadn't seen in a while. But anyway, I'm back now. I'm very tired. But during the weekend, I did have some downtime because, again, I was away. It was just, I roomed with 2 other ladies, but I was away from my family, so I had actual downtime this weekend, and I was online looking at just some fall winterish trends, and as always, I was very drawn to the Boden website. I love Boden. Their aesthetic, everything about it is very me. I don't think I own anything of theirs right now, but I just love the colors that they use. It's a more classic, traditional style a little bit, which is very much me. And they tend to use knit fabrics in interesting ways, which I love. Any excuse to use knits because they're just so comfortable, but still staying like polished. So anyway, while I was looking at that, I got a notification that Love Notions Patterns was going to be having a 40% off birthday sale starting, actually I'm filming this on Monday and it starts today, but it goes through the 27th or 28th of this month. I'll put it down in the description box below. So it may be till the 28th, which would be next Monday. So that is just a full week, but all of her patterns are 40% off. And if you're not familiar, Love Notions Patterns, she has a fantastic price point. So normally her patterns are around about $10 a pattern. They are PDF. They are not paper patterns. They are strictly digital. But she has the trimless papers, so you don't have to cut if you're actually going to tape together your PDFs, which I know some people don't like, but I have not had any issue. I've taped, how many of her patterns have I made so far? 3, I think, and I have not had any issues with things lining up or anything, so I've not had that issue. But she also has the large copy shop files, so if you wanted to send those off and have those printed, you can definitely do it that way as well, and then that's basically like having a printed pattern. So anyway, her price point's great. So with this 40% off sale, patterns are only $6 a piece. So I thought it would be fun to take her patterns and match them up with some Boden looks of ways you could recreate the things in the Boden catalog with her patterns, mostly because I wanted to do that for myself. There are a lot of things in the Boden website that I really loved and wanted to recreate, and since she's having a 40% off sale, I thought this would be a fantastic marriage of ideas and that I could share them with you. And I'm going to present them in module style because, as you know, I love to sew in modules. If you don't know what a module is, I'm gonna leave all the information down below. It's not my idea, it's a YouTube stylist, Christy Russell. I'll leave all that down in the description box below. But basically it's one topper, 2 bottoms, skirts, pants, whatever, and then 3 tops that all can kind of interchange. Now, with these looks, it would definitely, I mean, silhouette does matter, but a lot of times it just comes down to prints and colors and stuff like that. I'm just gonna present them in I'll present you with the toppers that I think would be fantastic, and then we'll go to bottoms, and then tops. And then I've also done dresses. I like to throw a 7th item in there, because I do like to wear one-piece outfits, so I'll throw dresses in there. And I'm gonna kind of give you a, work appropriate ideas and also just real casual ideas. So you could, depending on your lifestyle and that kind of thing, you can kind of go from there. Some of these low notion patterns I already own. Anything I own, I've purchased with my own money. Anything that, some of them I have made, a few of them I've made, and I'll let you know when I get to those the ones that I actually have made. And some of them I don't own or have made yet, but I'm planning on buying in this 40% off birthday sale. But again, I'll be using my own money. However, all the links for these patterns down below are affiliate links, which means if you buy a pattern from that link, I get a commission off of it. So I just want to be upfront that is the way that works with the Love Notions patterns. All right, let's delve in. So I'm going to have my laptop, tablet, whatever, my Surface Pro here on my lap as I'm going through these, but I'm going to kind of sit to the side so I can pop up pictures of everything that I'm talking about right here beside me. I'm also going to leave a link down below to my Pinterest board where all of this is, so that you can actually really easily get to all these images. You can click on those on my Pinterest board and it'll take you directly to the original website. And going forward, anything that I pop up Pinterest-wise, I will, images that I pulled off Pinterest, those definitely, copyright reasons, I need to be able to send you guys there. So I will send you to my Pinterest board where then you can go directly to the original source of those pins. Okay. I think that's all the housekeeping out of the way. So again, Love Notions patterns. What I love about them are, number one, she does full bust pieces for both her woven and her knit patterns. We all know how I feel about cup sizes, and she doesn't always do cup sizes. That's attractive. She doesn't always do cup sizes, but she'll do a full bust option. So if it's like a real loose fitting tunic, she'll do a full bust piece. So it'll have a dart and stuff in it. If it's a little more ease and that kind of thing where you don't necessarily, there's not a big difference in the cup sizes per se. There'll be a standard front and then a full bust front, which I've definitely used. And then she also does cup sizes for some of the more fitted things, and even has full bust options in her knit patterns, which is brilliant. Okay. So that's a little bit about her. Again, her patterns are a fantastic price point. Most of them are $10 on a good day. And she does $5 patterns. Every Friday, she will highlight a pattern. Now, she has some kids' patterns and men's patterns, and sometimes those are the ones that are the Friday pattern, which I'm not as interested in. But a lot of times she definitely has a larger chunk of her patterns are women patterns. So most of the time, it's a women's pattern on sale for $5, which is half off. Another thing I really love about her is that she does a ton of variations in almost all of her patterns. Some of these have like 6 different sleeve options, for a certain bodice, or it can be a dress and a top and mix and match and all that kind of thing. So those are some of the things I really, really love about this pattern company. I was introduced to it, I had heard about them. One of my subscribers, Becky, hi Becky, had told me when I had discovered Itch to Stitch, she sent me an email, was telling me how much she loved Itch to Stitch patterns and how much she also loved Love Notion patterns, and kind of told me some of the ones that she had made. And so I started looking, and then we also did one of their patterns for Sew My Style in September, and that's one of the ones that I've sewed up is the Rhapsody blouse, and yes, I love them. So, so far I've sewn, again, 3 of her patterns up, and I've loved all 3 so far, so, so far so good. So again, it's a fairly relatively new pattern company to me, but I'm really just crushing on them hard, and that's what I want to share. So let's start with the toppers. Okay. I had one pattern. What drew my eye? I'll show you the images first, and then I will show you the pattern that I'm kind of thinking you could easily either sew as is to make it work, or small little tweaks you could do to the pattern to make it yours. So some of the cardigans, I didn't really see, Love Notions, she's got a really cool vest pattern, like a puffy vest pattern. That'd be really cute in like a plaid. But anyway, she doesn't have really a lot of jackets. So I stuck with a cardigan. Also, I just wear a lot of cardigans in the winter and fall anyway, because I like to have layers on, both indoors, and then obviously you can throw a coat over them for added warmth when you leave the house. But I am very obsessed with the long duster cardigans right now. I made a couple last fall, and I think I'm going to make another one this fall. But I really like the longer mid-thigh and below the knee duster cardigans. So I'm gonna pop a picture up here. First of all, is this gal not beautiful? I just love this long duster cardigan with the white crisp button-down shirt and then the high-waisted jeans. I just think this is beautiful. You could definitely do a cardigan, boyfriend style cardigan. All you have to do is lengthen the pattern, and I'll show you the pattern here in a minute. But I just love the oversized slouchiness. I love that the sleeves are rolled up into the sleeves of the cardigan. I just think it's beautiful. And I think this could be very work appropriate. If you switch the jeans out for a pair of trousers, you could definitely wear this to work. It could definitely be, go from comfortable weekend to more of a business casual work environment, definitely. And then I've got this gal. Again, the same, I think it's the same cardigan even, different color. But again, just over a t-shirt with a pair of jeans. Again, you could do trousers if you want, but she's got cuffed jeans with the tennis shoes, so it makes it very, very casual. Same cardigan, the whole weekend vibe. Then we've got this gal, and this cardigan that I've picked, the boyfriend cardigan that I've picked, would be very easy to turn into something like this just by making yourself a belt, basically. A piece of fabric, a long rectangle piece of fabric that you could easily just wrap around your waist, and then you've got a wrap cardigan. Because I just think that's very cozy for the winter, and you know, she's got it paired here with a t-shirt, so cute. Now, these last two, it's the same cardigan, I think, or very similar. It's just one is cropped and one is longer, which again, you can play around with. Now, the shorter one does have buttons, which, I mean, I would probably omit, but basically all they've done here is it's the boyfriend cardigan, and they've just done the band in a contrasting color, which I think is beautiful, and I love it in the camel color. I love both the navy band and the red band. I think it's just beautiful. And so the pattern I picked for this is, again, the boyfriend cardigan by Love Notions. Now, this pattern also, you can put a hood on it if you wanted to, if you really like to get cozy and that kind of thing, but I was really more drawn to the version that is just the band, just your typical boyfriend cardigan, and I really think I will probably end up making a longer cardigan with the contrasting band because I just think that's gorgeous, and I think it would be beautiful in two ponties, like a camel ponty. I love the camel. I'm very obsessed with camel right now. And then to do a color, either like a red or a navy, or even like a pine green, I think would be beautiful as the contrasting band there. I mean, it makes it into a statement piece, and I absolutely love it. All right, so that's the topper that I've kind of picked here. And again, all of these images are from Boden's website. So everything is very Boden heavy. All right, let's start with, we're gonna go to bottoms now, and I'm gonna start with pants. I picked two different pants patterns from Love Notions patterns, one of which is can be made in a knit or a woven, and if you're doing a woven, it has an invisible side zip up the side, or you can make it in a ponty and omit the zip. Or I also have a pair of skinny pull-on pants that are more of a trouser feel that you could make in a denim if you wanted to. So it's similar to my Mountain View jeans. But first off, I want to show you, I'll show you the Boden pants. So the first one I was drawn to was the 7/8 pant, and I mean, it's just a standard cigarette pant. But I think you could do this, and you could do it in corduroy, you could do it in a stretch, like a stretch velvet. I mean, I say stretch velvet, I mean more of a stretch woven velvet, not a knitted velvet, because there's definitely those stretch velvets that you would do like dance costumes with, or you could make like a t-shirt out of, or a knit dress. I'm talking like more of like a stretch woven, like a corduroy type weight, but that's got some stretch in it, because you can make, well, I'll get to her pattern. You can make one of these pairs in, well, both of them in a woven. So I love a skinny pant. I just think it looks great. Obviously, she's got it here with a turtleneck, which you all know how I feel about turtlenecks. I love a good turtleneck. And then the second pair of pants I loved was a wide leg culotte. I just think a wide leg culotte is so chic. This one's got pockets in the front, and I think that the actual Boden pair has a fly zip, which technically you can. I mean, if a pant has a zip in it, it's very it's not hard to move it to the center front and then create fly pieces or steal fly pieces from other pants. But in the vein of simplicity, I will show you the pattern and kind of show you. So the pattern is the duet trousers. And again, if you make it in a ponte, you can omit the zipper. And it's got front pockets. So it's a pull-on pant with the front pockets, so it looks like a pair of trousers. And you could even stitch in the fly top stitching if you wanted to, and make it look like a pair, exactly like this pair of culottes from Boden. Now, obviously these duet trousers are either a straight leg or a skinny leg are the two options that they come in. However, it's very, very easy just to widen the hemline, and then you just want to make sure, you know, you're going to find the center point of your leg at the current hemline, and you're going to measure out whatever that is, 3 inches or however wide you want them, 4 inches on each side. You want it even, and then you're just going to either draw a line from the hip area or, you know, inner crotch down to that new hemline, or if you want it a little more fitted through that area, and then you could, you know, pick any part in the thigh or even to the knee that you wanted to then start to widen, depending on how wide you want them. And again, culottes, you just crop them shorter. But I think that this would be a great base pattern, the duet trousers. And then the Sabrina Slim would be a very good pass for the skinny Boden pants. I mean, it's a pull-on pant. You can make it in stretch wovens as long as you have at least 30% stretch. So you could even make it in a denim or a corduroy. All the fabrics I used for those Mountain View pull-on jeans, you could definitely use with this pattern as well. Now, the Sabrina pants do not have front pockets, but they do have the option for welt pockets in the back. I mean, you could do that in a sturdy knit. If you wanted to use a scuba or a ponte, you could definitely put the welts in. So yeah, both those pant patterns I think you could do. I mean, you could do almost anything. But I just love the pull-on nature of the Sabrinas because you know how I feel about that. And then again, with the duet trousers, I just think I would love those in a ponte, and you could play around with the leg widths, and it would just be a lot of fun to see how many different variations you could get. And again, it's got the front pockets, so it does create more interest there at the front of the pant if you wanted to tuck things, either fully or half tuck. All right, skirts. I have one skirt pattern that I picked. I'm actually going to show you the skirt pattern first. So it's the Sybil Illusion skirt. I have made this. My sequined snakeskin skirt was made from this pattern, and I made the A-line. This skirt comes in 7 variations, I think, and my goodness, you can make so many things. Now, it does need to be a knit skirt, I'm pretty sure. Although you may be able to get away the more flared loose items, looser ones, as long as you had a knit waistband, you might be able to get away with a woven because they're not fitted at all. But the pattern does call for knits. Now, I think that any of these Boden skirts I'm going to show you, I think, so, let's see, of the 5, I think 3 might be woven ones. But again, they have got pontes and scubas that look like menswear plaid wools that would make excellent and way more comfortable skirts than what they've got here. So there's definitely knit options where you could get the same look. So again, this Sybil skirt comes in a million different variations, and you can have pockets in it if you would like. And I'm also going to talk about the Sybil can also be attached to one of the sheath dresses to make some dresses. So we'll come back to that in a minute. But this skirt is amazing, and it has 2 waistband options, one of which is a control top. So if you wanted more of a control top and just use a little bit of power mesh, it'd be very easy for more of the fitted styles. Or even if you're using a really slinky knit and you just want more of your bumps and lumps skimmed over, you could put that into that skirt very, very easily. I highly recommend this pattern. It is such a good skirt pattern. And again, it can be combined with the knit sheath dress to make a million different variations of a knit dress as well. But we'll talk about that more in a second. So the skirts I picked, I loved this. It looks silk. But again, if you used a slinky knit, a slinky jersey, or even if you wanted to get really luxe, you could go with a silk jersey and get almost the same. I mean, they're very expensive, but if you really wanted to go whole hog, you could do that in a silky knit. Or If you just wanted a shinier looking skirt that looked like charmeuse, go with a like a swimsuit or a lycra. I mean, those don't have to be for workout wear or for swimsuits. You can do whatever you want. You could wear those as a skirt. And again, it has a wide waistband, and I think that with my reptile skirt that I made, my snakeskin skirt, I had used the lining fabric, which was a shiny tricot, I think actually is maybe what that was. But, you know, it was swimsuit, dancewear, that kind of thing for the waistband, and it almost looks like a belt because, you know, it's shiny, so it's a little different than the snakeskin print. I love that effect, and you could easily do that with the skirt. And the skirt also comes in different lengths. You can make most of them maxi, midi, or knee length. I think there's an exception maybe to the trumpet skirt, but I mean, sky's the limit on this. So this would be very easy to recreate and much more comfortable in a knit as well. And with the control top, you don't have to worry about it hugging curves and that kind of thing. Okay, second one. I'm pretty sure that this one, I mean, I'm sure I glanced at it, is like a wool or a wool blend skirt. However, she's got an asymmetrical wrap skirt that is part of this pattern. And again, there are so many thick sweater knits. It would have to be a thick, stable knit. So like a sweater, a nice good stable sweater knit, or a ponte or a scuba that come looking like menswear patterns. In fact, Joanne had quite a few when I was in not that long ago. The other thing that Joanne's had was like a micro suede kind of, but it was double-sided micro suede. It is fantastic. It has a ton of stretch, and I'm gonna make a knit blazer pattern with what I bought of that, but that would make a super cute, it would make a faux suede skirt basically that has stretch, so it would wear like a knit skirt, but that would also be cute in this asymmetrical or wrap, not asymmetrical, well kind of, the wrap kind of goes asymmetrical. All right, next, your simple midi pencil skirt. So this would be just the pencil view, the very most simple view. You make it midi. You can do it in any color of ponte. Keep it. You could do a black one or a dark one that you could just wear all the time with everything. But again, because it's knit, because it's ponte, if it's ponte or scuba, it's very easy to sew with as well. But it's just very, very comfortable. So I mean, I put that on there because it's standard. Like, yes. Next up is again kind of a pencil, but she has an A-line option in the pattern, and I might do this more A-line, but it's leopard print or cheetah print, leopard, animal print of some sort. But again, you can find pontes and that kind of thing in these prints, and they're just gorgeous. Lindsay from Inside the Hem had done a swatch video for all of Style Maker Fabrics fall fabrics, and there were a ton of gorgeous thick like ponte scuba knits or thick sweater knits that would be gorgeous for like a statement A-line above the knee skirt, which would be again super comfortable. You could wear it with, you know, thick cable knit tights, short booties, and a sweater, and you'd be set for the winter. And then finally, I picked this last one, this trumpet skirt. There's a trumpet skirt variation in this skirt pattern. I think this is really cute with the booties and the little turtleneck, a chunkier sweater. It's just kind of a fun, flirty skirt for you to wear. You know, you could wear it to office, or you could wear it, you know, as more of a casual weekend wear skirt, because it would be cute with tennis shoes as well. All right. I love the Sybil, and that's one of the ones that I have made and I do own. And I've not said, the boyfriend cardigan I do not own yet, and I've not made it. And then the two pairs of pants that I showed you, I do not own, or nor have I made either of those yet either. But I have made the Sybil skirt, and it is a great pattern. All right, now we're gonna go to tops, and this is where it gets a little heavy duty. Okay, so again, for module dressing, any of these tops would kind of go with any of the bottoms. Let's start out with the most simple. So one of the things that I picked was the Sloan sweater, and it's a sweatshirt pattern, but it's got kind of some neat details on it. And I immediately was drawn to this Boden sweatshirt, basically, is all that it is. And so it's basically the Sloan sweater made in a fun printed French terry or sweatshirting. You could go really fancy. Liberty has a line of sweatshirtings that are gorgeous. I've seen a lot of people wear them. I mean, they're beautiful. Blackbird Fabrics, though, right now, if you wanted a solid one, I think they've got some French terries with matching ribbing in their shop at Blackbird Fabrics. And I'll leave a link down to their shop just in general down below. But yeah, any kind of fun, and I think there's a ton of French terries out there now that are fun and printed, which would make a fun little statement, and it dresses up a sweatshirt a little bit, makes it more of like a night out as opposed to I'm in my sweats. The second simple top that I pulled was the classic tee, and I talked about that. I own this one and I've actually made it. I was trying to turn it into a turtleneck, but the crew neck option is a little wide, and when I put the turtleneck on it, it looked more like a funnel neck and less like a turtleneck. I mean, I can play around with the neckline definitely, but it has full bust options, which makes it such a comfortable t-shirt. Again, I'm using some thrifted men's sweaters for mine right now, and I'll be showing those to you guys here real soon. But I mean, yes, you could use this classic tee pattern to make any of these sweaters basically. So I have this one here first that's basically just a long sleeve t-shirt but in a fun stripe, and I love the bold stripe with the bold pant. Again, super easy to recreate. I won't stay a lot of time on that because it's so simple. I loved this. So this is basically just a boat neck t-shirt, although again with the classic tee, I feel like the crew neck option is almost, it's not really boat neck, but it is a wider crew neck. It's not as tight as this crew neck is. It's a little more open. I just am obsessed with these cuffs that are on the shirt. I think this is so cute. And again, you could make this in a French terry, and you can find these fun cuffs. Gosh, I've seen them at different independent fabric stores. You may have to kind of search for them. I think it's a lot of the UK ones will carry them. Style Maker may have actually carried some of the fun ones there for a while. I don't remember the company that was making them. But last time I was at, not the Joann's I go to the most of the time, but the other one, they had a whole bunch of simplicity trims, and they had fun, like the cuffs. So it comes in yardage and it's already folded up on itself, so you can use it for the bottom band of sweatshirts and for sleeve cuffs. So I may go over to that. It's about the same distance from me. It's just that one's a little more crowded. It's just busier for whatever reason, but I may pop over there and see if I can find some fun ribbed cuffing for a really cool sweater slash t-shirt, because I'm obsessed with this. And then the last one for just a simple t-shirt, obviously you can make any kind of simple t-shirt with this pattern, but this one it's basically just a t-shirt with a balloon sleeve. Now you would have to do some hacking on the long sleeve, but all it is slashing and spreading. You're just making some marks up to about bicep level, and you're gonna spread it out, and then you just add a big cuff to the bottom. It's a very simple pattern alteration, but it would give definitely a more statement sleeve to a t-shirt, and obviously sleeves are very in right now. And you could do it in a beautiful sweater net or just a regular jersey. I mean, there's kind of a lot of options there too. All right, let's go on to a little bit of the more involved makes. So I saw this wrap top at Boden. I love a good wrap top, and they had a few different models and a few different prints. I love it in a print. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm not going to remember the name of this one. It's basically a perfect match for the willow wrap top. Now the willow wrap top, you can have kind of an asymmetrical, and this girl, it has the asymmetrical version on, but it does also have a straight bottom version as well, which is a little bit more like the Boden wrap top. But I mean, with a pair of jeans, that's easy to layer, but it has a little bit more interest. And again, she does the full bust pieces, which just would make this a dream. You could sew it up, again, a print, a solid, whatever. Super flattering on so many body styles. I don't own that one, and I've not made it up. I do own the Sloan sweater, but I've not made it up yet. All right, next we're gonna go to the Margot Peplum. I own this one, but I've not yet made it up. But it's a princess seam bodice, and it comes with 3 different peplum styles. And I absolutely loved, and it's for knits, for like a more stable knit. And I saw this shirt on Boden that I am in love with. Again, it's got the balloon style sleeve, which you would have to kind of hack a little bit because there's not that option, but it literally is a matter of, as long as you're not getting into your seam line at the sleeve cap, you could cut all the way up to that seam line though, up through the sleeve cap. Just leave your seam line alone. So you want your seam line to stay the same length, it'll fit into the arm's eye. So it will change shape a little bit, but it will still fit into that arm's eye as long as you're not cutting into the actual seam line. not the cut line, but the seam line, then you can just cut up various places and basically spread. So you have to cut up to the seam line, and then you'll have to cut down through the seam allowance to those same points and just leave little hinges at the seam line, and then you can literally just spread. And then it's just a matter of adding on a cuff, whether it be a teeny tiny little cuff or... The other thing with this top is that they have sewn a tie in, which is very simple. You're just gonna make two either rectangles, or if you want them more shaped, you can do a rectangle and then have them taper down, kind of curve to the bottom. You're just gonna sew them into the side seams. That's all it is, because it doesn't wrap all the way around the waist. It's just a front tie, and you've recreated that top in a nice ponte. I mean, that top it's just gorgeous. And the fit, again, there's cup sizes with that pattern, so you could get the fit spot on. All right, the last top, I think, nope, two more tops. All right, the next top is the Rhapsody blouse. I have this and I've made it and I love it and I can't wait to make it again. There's two tops here that I'm gonna show you that'd be very easy. There is a balloon sleeve option in this top. It's got beautiful gathering up here. Again, it comes with a full bust front if you'd like. The beautiful V-neck. The berry colored top in this is actually made in a knit, which you could totally do. You could even make it in just a 100% cotton jersey that doesn't have a lot of stretch because it's actually meant for a woven, but then it would still be very, very comfortable. I mean, you could make it in like a stretchy jersey if you wanted to, because it's a loose fitting top, I don't know, you would just want to make sure maybe... Well, I don't think you would even need to mess with sizing really, because it's not a fitted top, it's loose. So you could definitely try that. And then the cream blouse is also the same thing. It is a jersey blouse, but you could make it in a woven, you could make it in a jersey. The pattern's for a woven, but you could very easily make it in a jersey if you want, and then it's that much more comfortable. And again, with the balloon sleeve, and that pattern comes with the balloon sleeve, it's a very easy sew. And I want to make some in some of my Britex silk, I think. I'll show you that. I actually hacked mine into a dress, and I'll show you how I did that later. Okay, now last top. This is the Lyric dress and top. I own this because my friend Karina at Lifting Pins and Needles made this, and it was so gorgeous on her that I immediately swiped it. And I think I got it on a $5 Friday. But for the top version, I think that... Let me find it. This top right here. Again, this is made in a jersey, but there is a balloon sleeve option for this top, and it's got the button down. You could make it in a jersey if you wanted to. You're gonna have to put darts into it, so if it's a little bit more stable, that might work a little bit better, or you could just do it, I mean, you can put darts in a slinkier jersey if you want. It's a little trickier, but there's a way to put darts in with a serger as well. Anyway, I just think the top of the Boden top is not peplum, but you could very easily get the same look as this top with that Lyric blouse. And I just find it so flattering on everyone that wears it in like a rayon, woven, or again, you could make it in a jersey if you wanted to, if you want to live life on the edge. All right, and again, I've made that one, and it's a really good one. All right, finally for dresses. I picked two dress styles because my two favorite dress styles on my body are a wrap dress and a sheath dress. Those are the two of my favorites. And so I'm clearly just drawn to those. So we'll start with the wrap dress. This is the, hold on, I can't remember the name. Okay, this is just the willow wrap dress. And it comes with a fuller skirt, and I think it has pockets. I think it has pockets. I mean, it's just a perfect match other than the fact that it's got a straight sleeve, whereas the Boden one right here has a balloon sleeve, but this top also comes with a flutter sleeve. If you just elongate the flutter sleeve to like a 3/4 length or full length if you wanted to, you may not want to just completely take the lines out because then you'd have a lot of excess, but you could almost take the flutter sleeve hemline, lower it way down, and then kind of connect the dots, and then you just add a cuff and it'll suck it right in, and then you've recreated that dress completely. I mean, and it's just a gorgeous wrap dress that you can make a million different ways. And it's actually a faux wrap dress. It's not a real wrap dress, which is even better. You don't have to worry about things flying open and all that kind of stuff. It just has the wrap bodice with the skirt. I love that, and that one I'm gonna be purchasing. I don't own it now. The second one is the Tessa sheath dress, and I own this. I've not made it yet, but I'm so excited because even though this is a sheath dress and it comes with different variations, different ways to color block, different sleeve lengths, it's to be made in a knit, you can combine it with the Sybil skirt. You can match points basically and create new pattern pieces, because again, it doesn't have a waist seam, so it's not a matter of just adding a skirt, but you can match waists on both patterns, and she talks about how to do that on her site. So you can have like a skater dress, a fit and flare dress with all those different necklines and everything on it. Any of the Sybil skirts basically, you can plop onto the more fitted Tessa top, which are again a bunch of variations, and like sky's the limit. So I have this casual one here that's just a basic fit and flare dress, but this one has pockets, and so does the Sybil skirts patterns. So you can definitely put pockets into your dress with the more fitted. You can do all these different sleeve variations. I mean, it's like pick your own adventure. I get so excited. The other one was this actual sheath dress that is basically the Tessa, except again, they've sewn waist ties into the side seams. It's not in the back, it's just in the front. And you can either keep it just a rectangle if you want it, or you could kind of taper it and give it kind of a rounded edge, which looks like kind of maybe what they've got here. You could make it as wide as you want. You could even make really wide ones and kind of gather them down a little bit into the waist seam so that, you know, you've got almost like an obi belt, is that what it's called? I mean, there's guys, you can do whatever you want, and it's basically just sewing rectangles into the side seams. So yes, again, and that would just be the Tessa as is. So there you have it. Those are some of my favorite picks from the Boden website right now, some of their new stuff, and how I would match those and how I'm going to be matching those with Love Notions patterns. And again, Love Notion patterns are on sale this week, so you definitely want to go over there. 40% off is a huge deal, and they're very reasonably priced anyway. So yeah, head down to the description box and take a look. And that's all I've got for today. So on Friday, I think I'm actually going to show you my Love Notions Rhapsody hack, because that was a Sew My Style thing for September, and I just still haven't shown you guys yet. So I think I'm going to show you that dress and do a little bit of a review on that pattern. And then my parents are here this weekend, and so I'm going to have my mom, if she'll do it, join me on a video for next Tuesday, because I'll film it while they're here over the weekend, but you won't see it till Tuesday, showing off the Jessica blazer that I made for her. I think I can probably definitely get her to model, but I'm gonna see if she'll sit in here and introduce herself to you guys on the channel as well. So if you have any questions, I don't know, for my mom, leave them down below and I'll make sure she has them. Anything you might wanna know that she can kind of talk about, and if I can get her to do it, introduce herself on the channel. But I think I can definitely get her to model the jacket if nothing else. Okay, so that's all I've got for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and make sure you hit that sale. I mean, that's just almost too good to be true. So it's her birthday sale. All right, that's all I've got for today. I'll see you guys on Friday. Happy sewing. Bye.